Okay, hello. Well, as I said yesterday or today, because I'm shooting this in the same day, and I'm kind of getting a little bit confused with all of this video blogging stuff. But bear with me, we will try to make it work. Today we will not talk about logistics and supply chain. We will talk about that in couple of days, I think, because I have to shoot first. I just opened all of our spreadsheets and everything, and I do not want to comment on that by myself. I want to get you to meet our team members that are actually working on this precisely, so you will learn about our supply chain, not worry. I was thinking about what is actually the best topic for this video blog, and I think that I will just talk a little bit about the learning by creating part of STEMI. This is our slogan, our mantra, and I will try to explain what is actually our product, because our product is not a robot, as it might seem at the first glance, because we have this hexapod robot all over our materials, our website, our videos, our crowdfunding campaign. However, really, we are not selling a robot as a toy or as a cool thing to have. Although it is extremely cool, it is extremely eye-catching, it takes the attention out of everywhere whenever we get the robot somewhere in the public space. We have many people who are looking at it, who want to try to drive it. Kids especially, they are just going insane when they see that, and it's really cool piece of technology. But as I said, that's not our product. What our product actually is a learning experience. A learning experience that is most closely related to the experience that I trust that many of you had at some point in your life, experience of building a Lego set, for example. Now, I would like to kind of break down for you the exact idea of what we are trying to do. Now, think about if you ever played with Legos, think about that moment when you get the box of Legos, and first what you are going to do, you are going to try to imagine this thing that you are about to build. It may be a car, a boat, or a plane, some sort of starship, maybe a house, whatever. It doesn't really matter. The first thing that you are going to do is you're trying to imagine in your mind, because you're looking at the box, you're looking at this, this nice graphic on the box. You're imagining this thing that you're about to build, and this is exactly how you are going to imagine STEMI. You are going to imagine this hexapod robot that you are about to build. How cool is this thing going to be once I build it? And then your second step in building your Legos was always opening the box. And when you open the box, you are seeing all the pieces categorized in certain way. You are seeing that they are not just dumped into the box just like that. They have their own little not boxes, but little the word is not coming to my mind, you know, little things that they are put into, and they have instructions, you know. And then you have your first step. Your first step, you have to find the pieces and connect the first two pieces together. This is the moment when you first get the feeling of a little reward, because you achieved this first step. You made your first connection. And this is something that starts a cycle of motivation for you to come again, to you know, take the next step. It's going to be exactly with STEMI. You are going to open the box, but you are not going to have instructions on the, you know, on the paper, but you are going to have video online. So you will have a first video that will tell you, okay, now take this little blue thing from here, and you will take the blue thing, and the video will explain you what are you actually holding. Because as you know, with Legos you are just holding little bricks. They are just pieces of plastic that usually do not have any other, you know, there is nothing else to know about them than the fact that they are made of plastic, and their function is just to connect them with the other piece. However, for example, when you take a servo motor from the STEMI set, you will get a little lesson that will teach you actually what is the servo motor and what is the principle that the servo motor is working on. And you will probably get a little question after the lesson finishes, so that you can, you know, answer the question hopefully correctly, and remind yourself of this concept that you are actually learning before you take the servo motor and connect it to the other part. And this will also give you the exact feeling of little motivation cycle, a little reward that you got whenever you know, finish the step of connecting a Lego set. And then you know, try to imagine going through the motions, going through the process of figuring out the little boxes. How do they fit together? Sometimes you will not really understand the instructions from the Lego set, and you will kind of struggle a little bit. But you know, you always know that if you persist, the more you persist, the sweeter will this reward of connecting the next part will be. And when you finish your set, your little Lego project, you feel this sense of accomplishment, and you are proud of yourself, you are happy, because basically this is your own creation. You created this out of nothing, you struggled a little bit, and then that's your project. You feel a sense of ownership from it. And this is going to be exactly the same with STEMI. When you go through the process of assembling, of learning each and every step of the way, and by the way, this process will probably take a long time, long in a sense. We will try to think about you know, the experience of building your own hexapod robot as an experience that will be structured in a certain manner. So, for example, you will work on it for example 2 hours per day for 5 days a week, and then this will last for example 12 weeks. That's kind of the idea that we are leaning against right now. I don't know if we will be able to actually do this till September this year, because that's the final deadline to to deliver the first 150 robots, but bear with me, because we will try to include as many people as possible into the feedback loop of our project as it evolves, because how we see it, it's not about just you know, connecting the parts and having your robot done as quickly as possible, and then, you know, you are playing with it and it's very cool, but you will probably get bored of it if you connect it very fast. On the other hand, if you really invest your time and energy and thinking in this whole process, and if you truly learn the concepts that are involved in building such, you know, marvelous piece of technology, then you will derive much more, you know, satisfaction and feeling of creation, and of course you will learn much more if this process is prolonged for longer time. Now, what I want to talk about also is the effect of and the principle of gamification. This is actually something that I will talk about in the next video, because I think that I have to shorten these videos a little bit. So in the next video I'm going to talk about how we want to gamify the learning experience through STEMI. And please, if you have any comments, if you have any ideas, any feedback, anything, just write us or maybe shoot a video like we are trying to do, and we will talk with you. This is a two-way street. So, for example, how long do you believe that the process of assembling one hexapod robot should last? Do you have any idea about that? And you know, and did you ever try playing with Legos? This is a question that we are asking many people. And what are the good things in playing the Legos, and what are maybe the bad things? Are there some things that maybe frustrated you too much that we should try to avoid in designing our experience? Okay, so that's it for today. See you tomorrow.